Crushing the meta.
Hi, a big welcome to our channel. We are Team Crushing the Meta. So who are you? Tell us.
I'm Mohamed Duy. Today I decided to play Royal Paladin, but a special deck. My old Sanctuary Guard, but improved deck. And
So how are the matchups in this meta? What the matchups?
I had a lot of good matchups, especially like Zodiac Time Beats is a good matchup. Battle Sister, it's a good matchup also. The deck has really good matchups against most of the meta decks. So it did well. During this tournament I faced a lot of considered non-meta decks, a lot of tier 2, but mainly against the meta it's a good deck, especially if your opponent doesn't know how to play against.
Okay. So how did you do on the first day?
So on the first day I did 6-1.
Okay.
6-1. I lost to a Battle Sister in a really close match.
Okay.
It went really well all the day.
It's the second day?
On second day I went 2-1, so best of 3. First match 2-0, second match 2-0, and third match I lost this one. 1-2 to Bladewing.
Against Bladewing. And the first two matches were against?
I won against Shadow Paladin.
Yes.
I remember, and I don't remember.
I don't remember
the match. Sorry.
It's alright.
It's a tiring day.
Okay, so you are from team?
I'm from team SupremAcy Card Gaming. We have a Facebook team page. Don't hesitate to give us a like.
Yes.
Follow our adventures. Because currently we have got 2 players qualified for the World Finals in Japan next year. Myself, I won the Cardiff BCS, and Julien Delmar won France earlier in this season.
Okay. Thanks for all of that. We will put your name and your link on the description section so all of you guys could watch him and enjoy their videos, their channel, their Facebook page. We could now go to your deck. So,
as I said, it's a special deck. So it's not the usual blaster deck. It's a Sanctuary Guard.
okay.
So I play 4 Sanctuary Guard Dragons and 1 Sanctuary Guard Arc. The reason I play Sanctuary Guard Arc is just because I want to secure having the first strike when I want. And 5 G3 is better than 4. Sometimes 4 feels you try to G assist, you don't get it.
You don't get it.
You are
And when you have 2 on the damage, then it's like you only have 2 left in your deck.
That's why I prefer to play 5 just for security.
Okay.
So yeah.
But you would rather, of course, ride into him.
So he's the main ride because he got an early effect. Sometimes actually his effect is better after the strike, but sometimes you need to ride him to do the first effect to search for either side me 1 and draw 1.
Yep.
So to have first try.
You plus a lot of them. You plus a card on the field and a card in your hand.
The thing is, the deck doesn't do a lot of. I don't play those triggers, so sometimes when your opponent plays good and all focus the rear, you don't have a lot of cards in hands, and so Sanctuary Guard Dragon can end it.
Okay.
So that's for the chip 3. I play what I consider maybe the best G2 of the game. It's Benan. Benan effect is basically Counter Blast 1, you can Hidden Sage Mirror. It's a well-known card, so you should know that.
Yep.
And when Hidden Sage Mirror comes to the field, it's Soul Blast 1 and draw 1. So basically, it's simply Counter Blast 1, 2 card advantage, and it's just amazing. Most of the things I play Sanctuary Guard mainly because Benan. If there were not Benan, I would not play the deck. The Blaster can't really run Benan because you focus a lot on the soul with the perfect guard.
Also on the name Blaster.
Yeah, and the name Blaster. So Benan is a really good card, but it doesn't sadly fit really well in the Blaster engine.
Yep.
So
But it's perfect for this deck. So
yeah, it's perfect for this deck. So that's the way to do the card advantage. So I'm playing
of course.
our good boy. So 4 Blaster Blades. I love him. So good. Sometimes just it's the combo with you. I'm gonna show you. But sometimes the Counter Blast 2 effect comes really handy. Even if you have to use 2 Counter Blast. For example, for some matchups, riding Blaster Blade is really good to destroy rear guards, like for the Blade Wings matchup, for example, for where Tiger Jaeger.
Yes.
It's essential, so yeah. For Blaster Blade. One Spirit. Actually, can search for him with my Grad Zero Vanguard Wave.
Yes.
I'm gonna show you later. It's a DK, 10k.
Very
so
good
I can,
ride target.
Yeah, really good on ride. I can also do the combo with you and so you here, and so I can retire one rear in front if I need to. So for you, for the rush, for the first right turn, for everything, it's good for rushing. It does magic numbers also. It can be 19 with the G1 Blaster Friend Vanguard, and also
It's a good target because when you leave Liu on the field, your opponent always try to kill him.
Will always try to kill this.
And
so sometimes you will have to play carefully and not put him right away.
Yes.
Just,
or you put him right away, so you keep your Blaster Blade safe.
Yeah.
Because you can't lose them,
Yeah.
but you always can lose Liu because you can search them out, and you can't. He is disposable. At one time, because if you have like 2 or 3 in your hand, you don't need them.
Yeah.
So you put 1 on the field, don't put 2 because you make it too obvious.
The thing is, when you got the first try, you have it's a lot better
to have
in preference one you for a big combo or Blaster Blade. But you is better.
Get more power.
So more attacks, more power.
If you have the counter blast, why not?
Why not? Yeah. For you. Another really good card in my opinion. Just 2. Starlight Violinist. So it's Counter Blast 1, Soul Blast 1, and Call a Grad 2. Sometimes you can do nice combos like calling Violinist and call for Benon, call for Hidden Salmiron, and just do mass pluses. It also helps you to against certain matchup if you need to stay G2. To stay G2 one more turn or 2 more turn, but usually 1 more turn is the max limit. To stay G2 to just
put them at
more
5 damage.
Or discard the opponent heal triggers that will permit them to instead to tank the Regali, the first ride Regali. So very good. It's another CA card.
So that's 14 grade 2s.
So 15.
15 grade 2s.
Yeah. The thing is, I play 15 really to secure Benon effects and Starlight Violinist effect. Okay. Starlight Violinist, you can ride him, but it's not good because it's an 8k.
Yeah.
8 against 9.
Yeah.
It's not my good number.
No. And you don't really want to ride the Benon because it's also 8k and it doesn't work. It's only a rare guard.
To put Benon effects, you need to have a second G2.
Yeah,
that's why
on the rare
I'm
guards.
so many G2s to secure Benon effects, Starlight Violinist effects in an optimal position.
Yeah. It's also not that bad if your right targets of course him.
Yeah,
but
I want really that my main right targets are usually those 2.
Yeah. Because for your starter to be able to hit.
Yeah.
So great ones.
So let's go with the great ones. For Force Riders. You play 5G3.
Yep.
You need to be able to G assist and secure the first ride with 1 unit on it, and that's why
you can't dispose of your grade 2s.
I couldn't really. It's essential to play 4 because the deck does card advantage, but not that much. You need to.
You don't really, you only draw from the Soul Blast Great One, Soul Blast draw,
Yeah.
but all the other cards fill up your field, but you don't
Yeah.
give your cards to
Yeah,
hands. So if you want to stride, and especially if you GS this, you don't have Great 3 in
Yeah.
hand, then you do need a stride
Yeah.
folder, always.
Yeah.
You would never write this card. Maybe if you have 2 in hand, you would
Yeah.
write, but otherwise,
So Blaster from Vanguard, really good skill if I have a Blaster Blade on the Vanguard because it can unflips when I call a Blaster here, so I can spam some effects, and that's really cool. But also the most important thing is it does magic numbers with you, so 19, boosting him, but the most essential thing, he has Blaster in the
the name.
name. So I can secure the Vanguard Brave effect, my G0.
spirits.
Yeah,
like
I can
spirits.
search for spirits and can adapt to my opponent. If I need to do a rush early and with one CB and keep my CB while doing the rush, I can search him with Vanguard Brave and do the Liu combo and all. So yeah.
Did you thought about running him to replace him, the Blaster Blade Grade 3?
I
Did you
was
thought
thinking,
about that?
Yeah, I was thinking actually my first version of the deck was playing one Blaster Blade Exceed
Yes.
deck to be able to secure the strike first,
Yes.
but also to be able to totally change the gameplay.
Yeah. Yes,
Giving you
that's what
another
I thought
way
about.
to play 2 decks at the same time,
Yeah.
so Sanctuary Guard and Blaster, and go for the Blaster way, which means Gunslot
Yep.
and all Alfred and all. However, finally after test, I feel that the Blaster engine isn't really good with the way of the deck is built.
It's
because
after striding. The
Yeah.
Blaster engine is really good when you stride.
Actually, Gunslot is an offensive stride. Really, it has 4 checks, it encrypts, etc. It's great. However, it will never be as good offensively as this one legally, because Exceed do 4 checks, sure, but the columns, the rare columns, doesn't have any power. If you, for example,
Like one
doesn't
perfect
check
guard.
any crits,
One perfect guard.
is just one perfect guard, it's over.
Yeah.
Your turn will be fucked, and they will gain in the late game. It's a really focused early game deck.
Yep.
So yeah.
And this card forces a perfect guard on his attack,
Yeah.
and at least a perfect guard on G Guardian
Yeah.
on one of the 2.
Yeah.
If you drive check 2 criticals
Yeah.
because the deck plays 16.
Yeah.
You would like they have
that's,
to guard this one and this one. It's like playing against Oracle Ting with Stillwater. You have to guard everything.
But the thing is that's great is that it's power to the front, but permanent. So when you do the combo with you,
Yeah.
so you have free attack at least under 21, 26, 21, without counting the triggers. That's why it's a lot more offensive
Yes.
than Gunslot.
He doesn't
And-
give the skills continuous skill.
And I think that's what you really need with the Royal Paladin deck, because Blaster, I have the feeling that it loses mid-late game to most of the top contenders decks like ZTB, Zodiac Time Beast or OTT.
Yeah.
It's just offensive in terms of offensive. Alfred gives double check but doesn't attack 2 times. If you don't triggers, it's so bad, and it doesn't put a lot of pressure. Yeah. So it's a really focused early deck. The deck is really strong early, and regularly synergize with that because it's probably one of really the most offensive stride in the game.
Power. He's
So,
a powerhouse.
He's a powerhouse, really. So yeah. So I play for Master Vanguard. Chudora. So she's as really important, a blaster in her name. So it's a 6 target for Vanguard Brave at level 1. Also it has resist. So sometimes against some matchups, like for example Blade Master, for example
Vanquisher.
Vanquisher, even ZTB. Because ether around, you can ether around your combo like you, etc. You're gonna go for Laura because she has resist, and you can, if you get crits, but on Laura she will be 31,
Yes.
which is awesome. And
Griffin,
no Griffin, no terror rounds,
Yes.
and yeah, it's a blaster. You can search with Sanctuary Guard,
especially because she's blaster.
Yeah,
Blaster has resist.
Yeah, so it's good. The free with the Venom, so I play free. Actually, I'm tempted, but no. I think I still play free because sometimes it goes to the damage, goes to end, and you absolutely need one in the deck for the Venom skill.
You can't play two.
Yeah, you can't play two. It's too risky.
It's too risky. But also you don't really want to play four.
Yeah.
It's too much.
Yeah, it's too much.
So three is just perfect because you play four of the grade two, and you have three targets for them.
If you played like two, and it goes to the damage, one in hand, for example, Venom will become a dead card.
Yep.
4 dead cards is a lot. 4 dead cards is a lot. So yeah, 3 is the perfect number in my opinion. So our starter, the best, Vanguard Brave. The starter that stabilizes the deck. You can search for the G2 or the right G2. You can search for Blaster. You can everything with it.
The thing with this card is when you have him and you have, let's say, your a grade 1 or grade 2, doesn't matter, you attack.
Yeah.
Most of the people would put like one trigger.
Yeah,
so they would see one to pass.
It's either one to pass, which is an absolute risk.
That's perfect.
Because if you get the crit, it's like you already will win the game.
You do them 2 damage, they lose a card, and you plus. Oh yeah, it's a plus.
It's a 1/1, but it's a quality
search.
Quality search.
So this is the perfect thing about him is that most of them would always do a 1 to pass. And in this deck, the 1 to pass is always a crit. So 2 damage and you plus 1. But you already plus because they discarded a card. So he's like now a plus 2. Just because they put the 10k. Easy. Very good starter.
Yeah. So and now the best crit in the game. One of the best with Belial or Floral Paladin Floral. That Tristan the Blaster Blade. You all know that card, I think.
Yeah, Bushra, please give us this in full art or
she
or shiny.
She's one of the main things that that makes blasters good. It's
she and Liu are the blaster engine actually.
Yeah. But I think it's a well deserved card. It's not unbalanced. Currently it's not unbalanced because blasters as it flows, and it's a good card. A card that really justify the reason to play blasters. So the blaster right. So I'm just gonna show now. I'm playing 16 crits.
Yep.
So why am I playing 16 crits? A lot of people are surprised and all, but actually it's the best. You should absolutely not play heals. The deck is meant to be really offensive.
Your heals will not go off.
And you need actually to win at the first try.
Yep.
So for that you need 16 crits. Heals serves nothing in this deck.
No.
It has no utility to play heals in Sanctuary Guard.
The thing about heal triggers is that if you want to heal, you have to have more damage than your opponent.
Also
this deck
that one
is made on putting your opponent at more damage.
The thing also with the heals, like he said, is that you will mostly always be at a damage higher than your opponent. So heals will never pass in defensive. Heals will be absolutely useless in the trigger checks. So you have, if you play a deck like that, you have, if you play a deck like that, to play 16 crits. The same reason, perfect guards are absolutely useless in this deck. Because the thing, even if you play like 4 heals, or let's say 4 heals, 4 perfect guards, you will lose against most of the decks in the mid-late game. Like ZTB is crazy, Luard is crazy mid-late game. You would have no chance if you play heals or perfect guards. And the great thing about this deck also is that since you don't need to play perfect guards, you can play more G2s for more rush, for more circling balance effect and more. So yeah, that's a real offensive deck.
If they have a perfect guard with Blaster in the name,
maybe a perfect guard with Blaster in the name, I would play it.
Okay, or perfect guard with Resist, maybe, but Resist and Blaster is better.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
The G-Zone?
Let's go with the G-Zone.
So how many G-Guardians do you play?
I'm playing 2 G-Guards. Why? Just to troll my opponent when I G-assist. That's all. So yeah, this was also true.
I knew it. I knew that you played G-Guardians.
Yeah, it was for the troll. You have tons of space into your not running heals, so no G-Guards.
You don't play...
Actually, I'm even playing 15 in G-Zone. I have one first way, so... Yeah, I got all the space I need, so it's okay. So the main stride now, the boss monster is Regali. It's as I said earlier, the most offensive first stride in the game. If you push the deck to the limit, it pushes the deck to the limits. Like it's crazy because all the decks is really offensive. This one is really offensive. You can win at the first stride. It's the goal. It's to first stride him and just finish your opponent, or put your opponent in a position where he has to guard, and so doesn't have a lot of card in hands and cannot stride the next turn. And you do a second Regali and you beat him.
win.
So, because so much offensive means that you control indirectly your opponent hands. And when you control your opponent hands enough with the offensive, he will be in bad position with nothing to attack, nothing to answer, nothing, because he has to guard so doesn't die. So yeah, that's how the deck goes. Just full offensive, and yeah, the defense in this deck is the offense. It's kind of weird, but it's when you're really offensive, you control indirectly your opponent hands and how the game goes. So yeah. So the main boss. I mostly 95% of the time I swipe right. I just put some carding options. Seabreeze, still really important. If your opponent decides to say G2 without re-riding, you can Seabreeze your opponent. If you are in a good position, with Sanctuary Guard you can search for Focal and do Blaster, 3 checks, 16 crits, Blaster, crits on Blaster, wriststand with Focal. Yeah, it's really important to have it.
Also, something very important about Seabreeze is that when you get the chance to play him, you don't have to. Sometimes
it's an option.
Yes, sometimes when you don't play him, they would think you don't play the Seabreeze, and then it's a surprise attack when they have like 5 damage. You close Seabreeze, you attack, you crit, and you give too much power to the Regas. You win.
That's how it goes. So in case, still good in second stride. Second stride, obviously. If your opponent has a deck that controls your rear, you still survive the first stride, his first stride, and you have nothing left to play, because for Regali to be optimal for his effect, you need a full field. It's not optional. You really need a full field. If you don't have a full field, Regali will not be efficient. So yeah, not go Regali if you don't got a full field. And yeah, so it's good to save situation when it's kind of despair.
It's an option.
So just an option, crit 2. In case I play against Sick Joker, I have no rear access, crit 2, so he has to defend. Or not take the mage.
Sometimes they have like only 3 cards in hand, the drive check, and you know that they don't have anything that they could stop him. You have full field, and you just want to secure the attack. And like you don't want them to miracle heal, so he does the perfect 2 damage.
Still good. Follow Tenus, same, an option. Basically counterblast 1 soul.
Same as him.
Remove 1 soul. In grave you can call a grad. So you don't have, you just do +1. In case, just in case.
You just need
to. Probably never use it, so just in case. Blizzard, in case your opponent doesn't have perfect guard, and all you're against King Joker. In case also. So it's basically just discard, search for Grachu,
Yeah.
so Benon or something like that. And yeah, you can draw one in case you don't have
Why
it.
not?
Gunslot, just for the finesse. Finesse skill, you and flip. Give resist to blaster, winner. That's all. Yeah. There's something really important I have to say about the deck. The deck is it's a deck, honestly, that's not in the meta in my opinion. It's a deck I just decided to play because I really love that deck, and I played it 2 years ago at World Finals. I played Sanctuary, and yeah, I just decided to play it again. It's not, don't believe it's the best deck or anything like that. And also, it seems easy to play, but it's a lot harder to play because you have to take a lot of decisions instead in terms against different matchups. For example, I think you will have to do a lot in the actual meta. Is, for example, you did a Benon turn. For example, you called this one. He killed your Benon, and you have to do a lot of that. Putting triggers here. The thing is 11, yeah, just to keep pressuring your opponent, and also because it will never be a dead card. The thing is, he's an attackant. If he doesn't attack him, it's a permanent attacker, and also with Regali, he becomes a key card because Regali gives the powers infraction of grade 1 or less. You don't have a lot of cards also, so putting triggers is a strategy that I used a lot against a lot of matchups to keep, for example, my Liu in hands. So turn 2, for example, I had sometimes the Liu or something, and I never put them in front or Blaster Bell. I just put a trigger.
Yes.
So I keep the Liu or the Blaster for the Regali card.
This attack will still cost them 1 card from hand, and even putting the Liu something they discarded 10k is also 1 card from hand. Also, what's important about him is, or any critical trigger, they don't attack the trigger because they think it's a dead card. Why would I attack it?
Why?
So they attack your Vanguard. They give you Counter Blast, and when you put a Blaster Blade or a Leo or anything which is good as a rear guard, they will attack that, and they will not give you Counter Blast. So putting this is good when you go later into Century Guard, but also keep you the like you said, the key cards in hand.
The key card in hand.
Most important, they give you Counter Blast because they know they do not attack the crit because they think, wow, why would I attack
when
it?
they attack the rear guards, basically you use.
It's the same as you guard
you attack and you guard it.
Yeah.
So it's all about optimal things. You never, which is great with this deck, is that your field will always be good. Even if it seems screwed like a thing like that, and it doesn't attack, it will always be good because Regali changes everything. So yeah, that's one of the points. Also, the deck has another great strength is that you can adapt to what your opponent plays. For example, if you need to rewrite G2 for reasons, you can do it without doing so much minus because you have Starlight Violist, Benon. There's
so you play 15, so you can easily rewrite if you want to.
The thing is, if you rewrite, you have to try to put under the Vanguard a 7k to be sure to fresh air. 16 to 11 Magic Enders. Always. I think we've done the last thing is really you have to kill with Regali. If you don't, against most of the meta deck of the first ride Regali, you lose.
Yes, because after that you can't plus.
Yeah, you also have to have the first ride, force your opponent to ride G3 first, and get Regali at like when your opponent has 4 or 5 damage. 5 damage is the best, obviously. You do most combo and also
4 damage also, right? Because you always get 1 or 2 criticals, and when the Vanguard they guard, the 1 critical, 1 critical.
Theoretically, playing 16 crits
for the early game. Just put them at as much damage as you can.
At this stage of the game, I've done some probabilities and all. When you first try the Regali, usually, in general, you will have something like 25 5% chances to do a double pre, to check 2 triggers. So it's high probability, and yeah, the probability to check 1 trigger is always lot of the time secured, because all you do is you compress the deck a lot with the new engine and all. So yeah, it's
So
yeah, that's how it works.
you get your grade 1s, you get
Yeah.
your grade 2s out of your deck, so
Yeah.
you leave your deck with a lot
Yeah,
of critical. You play all crits.
Yeah, I play all crits on all my
So-
triggers. I know what they will
Yeah.
be. So yeah.
Sometimes even just attacking with your Vanguard,
Yeah.
they perfect guard this attack or
Yeah.
G-guard this attack.
Yeah.
Then you attack with
And
something
they
else.
have
That's
to deal with the blaster blade, the crit shoot that withstand with the Vanguard.
Yeah.
And it's so hard for them. So,
KO.
yeah.
so.
So that's how the deck works.
I would like to thank you for the video.
Yeah.
And it's very interesting deck, and I
Yeah.
think what you would like to tell us is what you tried to say is that people, if you'd like to play this deck,
Yeah.
keep in mind that this deck is not that easy to play.
It's not that easy as it seems to
Yes,
play in the first.
and it is not just an autopilot deck. You have to be smart about the columns that you make,
Yeah.
about the cards that you keep in your
The
hand.
thing is, usually when I first try Regali and I put the full field, I have 0 card in hand. Perfect 0 card in hand. Sometimes I have 1, but usually I have 0. So you have to be super precise with what you call, like calling a trigger instead a grade 2, for example, or calling or defending. You have to be super precise. So that's maybe the thing. It's not that easy to play as it seems.
So thanks again,
Yeah.
and
You're welcome.
we'll happy to see you next time.
Yeah, thanks. See you.
Bye bye.